You're going to marry me and I'm going to take you out of here. She laughed. Well, my third proposal today. I'm so flattered. Shaking her head, she leaned forward again, her smile cold and cynical. Did you think this was a new approach? Did you think it was necessary? When would you like me to start playing my part, mister? After the ring's on your finger. Right now, I want to get to know you a little better. She hated him for dragging the game on, the wasted time, the hypocrisy, the endless lies. It had been a long night, and she was in no mood to humour him. What's to tell? What I do is what I am. All it comes down to is you telling me how you want me to be. But be quick, your time's almost up. Michael saw he had made a fine mess of this first meeting. What had he expected? To come in here, talk plain, and walk out with her on his arm? She looked like she wanted to give him the boot. He was angry at himself for being such a naive fool. You're not talking love, Mara, and I didn't come here to use you. The steady deepness of his words and that name, Mara, roused her anger even more. No, she tilted her chin. Well, I think I understand. She stood. He was sitting and she moved close, her soft hands combing into his hair. She could feel his tension and relished it. Let me guess, mister. You want to get to know me. You want to find out how I think and what I feel. And most of all, you want to know how a nice girl like me got into a business like this. Michael closed his eyes and clenched his teeth, trying to close out the effect her touch was having on him. Do what you're thinking about doing, mister. Michael put her firmly away from him. I came to talk with you. She studied him through narrowed eyes and then yanked her wrapper closed and tied the satin ribbons. She still felt exposed beneath his scrutiny. You came to the wrong girl. You want to know what you can have. I'll tell you. And she did, explicitly. He didn't blush this time. He didn't even react. I want to know you, not what you can do, he said roughly. If you want conversation, go down to the bar. He stood. Come away with me and be my wife. She gave a harsh laugh. If you want a wife, send for one by mail, or wait for the next wagon train to cross the mountains. He came toward her. I can give you a good life. I don't care how you got here or where you've been before. Come with me now. She smiled furtively. For what? More of the same? Look, I've heard it all before from 100 others. You saw me and fell in love, and now you can't live without me. You can give me a wonderful life. What a crock. I can. It all comes down to the same thing. No, it doesn't. From my point, it does. A half hour is more than enough time for anyone to own me, mister. You're telling me this is the life you want? What did want have to do with anything? This is my life. It doesn't have to be. If you had a choice, what would you want? From you, nothing. From living. A bleakness settled inside her. Living? What was he talking about? She felt battered by his questions and defended herself with an aloof, cool smile. Spreading her hands, she showed off her simple room with its spare furnishings. I have everything I need right here. You've got a roof, food, and fine clothes. And work, she said tightly. Oh, don't you forget my work. I'm real good at it. You hate it. She was silent a moment, wary. You just drew me on one of my bad nights. She went to the window, pretending to look out. She closed her eyes and fought for control. What was wrong with her this evening? What was it about this man that got to her? She preferred the numbness to this stirring of emotion. Hope was torment. Hope was an enemy.